asking me whether youth can pursue future careers on the island. I think the key thing is for young people to have a good, sophisticated understanding of what job opportunities exist on the island.
You ready? Yeah, I think so. Good.
Or whether it's necessary to actually look at university or look at opportunities on the mainland.
My name is Mark Dix. I'm a marketing analyst and a consultant focusing on media data and advertising data.
My name's Catherine Jackson. I'm the careers advisor at the Isle of Wight College. I had a look this morning on Isle of Wight jobs. This morning there's 350 jobs in 45 different sectors. So that's quite a range of different careers. The careers that are available on the island tend to reflect the labour market. So there's lots of jobs in areas like health and social care, engineering, food and accommodation, travel and tourism. So those areas, there's more jobs than you would find in the southeast region as a whole.
How has moving off of the island helped me with my media career? So I would say moving off of the Isle of Wight has definitely helped me with my media career, no doubt, and my career generally. In all honesty, I probably wouldn't be where I was doing the kind of work that I'm doing if I hadn't moved off of the island.
Media is a good example, isn't it? If you look at the job opportunities for students who've done a media course, there was a newspaper this morning advertising 2 digital journalist jobs, and occasionally you'll have a few other opportunities, but really to have a chance to have a career in media, film, television, then probably you're going to have to move to the southeast rather than stay on the island.
So I accessed education off of the island. I worked for companies also off of the island and built a global and professional network of people, which has allowed me to take all of those skills and experience and network connections and bring them back to the work that I'm doing here on the island. So I now can work remotely from the island using those same connections and skills which I wouldn't necessarily have built had I not moved away. And the only thing I'd say as a caveat to that is that the island now is more connected than it was 20 years ago. So for me, in order to build those connections and gain the skills in education and training, I had to move away from here to do it.
I don't think it's so much that they have to move to the mainland for financially rewarding careers. There's lots of well-paid jobs on the island. I think there are certain sectors where it's difficult for young people to find employment on the island. So if you looked at things like IT, on the island it's 1.6% of the jobs on the island. On the southeast as a whole it's 6%. So if you were looking for a job in computing and IT, the job opportunities are going to be more limited on the island. In the past there was limited opportunities for students to get high-level qualifications. A third of employees have MVQ4 qualifications and above, whereas in the southeast as a whole it's 45%. So looking at those high-level qualifications, there's less on the island than there would be in the southeast region as a whole. But I think things have changed to make that a little easier.
Opportunities have improved for young people living here. Remotely you can access education, you can access work remotely, and you can generally access more information than you could when I was growing up here 20 years ago. There's also some really great initiatives by island organisations and companies, the college platform, and other companies to offer education, training, apprenticeships in partnership with organisations on the mainland, which is helpful. It gives people growing up here access to opportunities they might not have had, again, 15 or 20 years ago. That said, whilst there are opportunities to work, as well as in sports, art, music, that kind of thing, the spectrum of opportunities here is more limited than elsewhere. I don't think that's particular to the Isle of Wight. It's actually the same for many island communities and remote rural communities, and it's affected by the geography and actually a lack of cultural diversity that is quite normal for remote and rural areas. Although this is changing again because of connectivity and access to information and culture digitally, which we didn't have here 15 or 20 years ago. I did think when I thought about this question, and I thought there's a great responsibility on schools and other youth organisations, as well as families on the island, to open up their kids and young people to those different kinds of culture and opportunities on the mainland that you might not get here.
So you're asking me whether youth can pursue future careers on the island. I think the key thing is for young people to research what the labour market is. So have a good, sophisticated understanding of what job opportunities exist on the island, to identify whether there's opportunities available to help them do something staying on the island, or whether it's necessary to actually look at university or look at opportunities on the mainland to get into the careers that interests them.
Don't be afraid to reach out to people and to ask questions and to put forward your ideas to people. If you reach out to them politely with an idea in a motivated, professional way, you'll get a response. They will come back, they will give you an opportunity, even if it's just to talk to them or maybe to do some work. The opportunities are there. Ask questions. Speak to your teachers, speak to your tutors, careers counsellors, and they will help you do that, but don't be afraid to reach out. Do speak to people and you will get something back from it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.